Okay, next we have George Fisher from Management.
I'm sorry.
I hate tall people. This is the easiest thing that I've ever been asked to do in my life. Talk about Mr. Majeski. Is there a more appropriate day to have Steve here than April Fool's Day? Steve, have you told with anybody what my nickname for you is? I would not do that. And my apologies right away for anybody that offends you ethically. I call Steve the Polish Prince. Yeah! That's PJ. That's his neighbor. I know that stuff. You control your neighbor's kielbasa, you know something? I have nothing to do with your neighbor's kielbasa, but thank you very much. Come back and play again. There are so many stories about Steve, and we can't really tell most of them because his wife's here, my wife's here, he has clients here, and he'd like to keep most of them, so we're probably going to have to keep it down, Steve. You're expecting me to murder you, and I'm really not going to. Wow. I'm really not going to. Although I do have a message from you, from your ex-business partner. Are you going to have him explain that to you later? And regards.
That's a long story.
You know, Steve is one of the most intelligent people I know, but I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and Steve had spent a very long day trying to figure out what a whole lot does on St. Patrick's Day.
He drinks like he's Irish.
Sorry, sir, your kielbasa will be ready in a minute. Park out front. Keep riding.
I hate all
I can only imagine.
This is the kind of guy whose marketing technique includes saying such slick lines to people as a woman who obviously was Middle Eastern in descent.
Where are you from?
Steve wanted to know, where are you from?
I was there for that.
Which prompted a quick line to Steve, she's from Maine, Steve.
I was there.
And the amazing thing about that is that she became one of his best clients after that. Because she had to figure that anybody that was not that offensive on purpose had to be an all-right kind of guy. You're welcome. I'm here as your friend. I'm also a little bit puzzled about you guys who come up here with written speeches. I mean, this is a man who is walking material, and you got written. Are you kidding me? Steve, stand up. I've got 3 jokes when you stand up. Here's one for you. Have any of you guys know that Steve's on a diet now? Now, Steve's also a rocket scientist about being on a diet. Steve couldn't figure out at first on this whole diet thing that if you lift weights, now, let's look at Steve's arms and chest to understand. Lifting weights for Steve is 4 reps, all of them 400 pounds. Steve, that eats up 6 calories, pal. Don't lose a lot of weight. But since Steve's on a dime, he figured out, whoa, I can eat energy bars now. And this will help me lose weight. So Steve figures out that he gets the best energy bars available. These things have 700 calories, 47 grams of carbohydrates, and he can't figure out why in the first week he put on 6 pounds. In case you're wondering again why I call him the Polish Prince. Rough and Steve.
Happy birthday, Bubba.
You're welcome. The only thing I can really say about Steve is, I'm not going to stay up here for a long time, is I love this guy like a brother. He is the most ethical, honest guy that I know, because he's not smart enough to cheat me. Carol and I have to watch. Because when somebody's going to cheat me in a firm, I know who's smart enough to do it, and it's her. Not you, pal.
Thank you.
Anyway, Steve, my regards. Happy birthday. I love you. And it's only because we really like your wife. And the only reason I came is so my wife could hang out with yours.
So George is ripping on me. I do have a few words written down. That's right. Well, when I was asked to talk about Steve, it came pretty easy to me. Since I got involved with the company, people have referred to us as the infamous duo. Mutt and Jeff, Frickin' Frack. And one that Steve's most fond of, Laurel and Hardy. And Steve knows which one he is. I've known Steve for 5 years. But the many hours I've spent with him cruising the turnpike and throwing back some of our favorite beverages, I learned that Steve's road to success has been an awkward one. Those of us from Western PA know that Steve grew up in a steel town. Like many of the young men in his hometown of Munhall, they were destined to work in the steel mills of Homestead. I don't know which road you guys came in, but if you looked off where there were no lights, that was Homestead. He thought he was going to work in the mill because that's where all the money was back in the day. But when young Steve was in high school, he became a stock boy at Shop and Save Grocery Store. While he was stocking shelves, he became pretty bored with stocking shelves. He had a divine inspiration, which was the start of his sales career. Not too many people know that Steve had a thriving cigarette business. Anybody in his high school at Alderdice, except of course the drug dealers. Throughout that whole sales experience, Steve learned about supply and demand, inventory and profit, and what it took to keep his clients happy. Because sales got so good, he became pretty cocky. So while in high school, he went out and bought a early 80s white Z28 Camry with a Z28 Camaro T-Top with white and orange black stripes. I could see Steve cruising down 8th Avenue with his mullet haircut, the T-Top open, with his shirts without sleeves. But Steve's cigarette business came to an abrupt halt, which was his first lesson about the instability of sales and the supply and demand. Steve's looks and appearance. As we all know, like George says, he works out religiously. To this day, he'll never forget, he and I were to meet a client at a restaurant. And this client said, and she never met us, she didn't know what we looked like, but she was told to look for 2 guys who looked like Laurel and Hardy. She found us, picked us right out, and Steve still isn't happy to this day. Speaking of his appearance, he had some interesting fashion ideas. Back in the day, Steve knew that his wife, Lisa, could not resist his blue fishnet sleeveless shirt with snaps on the shoulders. With one shoulder exposed, he was sporting the flash dance look.
Oh my God. He's inspired.
Today, we all know how fastidious he is about his dress. Let me just tell you, by the time he wasn't looking so sharp. We were on our way to an important appointment, and I just started at LSI.
You're not going to
I'll be there. Steve told me he had to make an urgent stop at the men's room. I waited for him at the elevator. When he finally came out, I was shocked to see a stub of a necktie hanging around his neck. In his answer to my quizzical look, he said, "Don't ask." I had to cut off my tie with this knife that I have on my keychain. As a result of an unexpected zip of my tie. I'll leave the rest of the explanation to your imagination. There are many more stories, but with respect to his privacy, I won't go on. Steve, you came from Homestead, known for steel mills, pierogies, kibasi, and Polacks, which you proudly represent. He went to a city school that dropped steel cages over the basketball court to prevent the fans from running on for the safety of the basketball players. I came from Lily White Churchill, known for country clubs, doctors, engineers, and your white-collar professionals. And here today, I work for you. It just goes to show you, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Steve, happy birthday. I love you, man. And I look forward to many more years of fun and prosperity. Now we're going to have a few words from Sonia, and I guess about some of the surrounding parts.
Hi everyone. I didn't prepare a lovely speech as Kevin did. However, I did go out and pick up a few gifts for Steve on behalf of the surveillance department, and you all might find them a little bit entertaining. You go, baby.
I don't even want to know.
I start so nay.
You need to raise.
You got seated.
How you been?
On my trip to Spencer's, I found several things that I thought would be appropriate and not so appropriate for this event.
Cleared them with me.
And then I cleared the one that I didn't think was appropriate that I did pick up with Carolyn. So if anybody's offended, you can go see Carolyn. My first item for Steve is this lovely 40 and still hot hat. Because we all know Steve is 40 and he is still hot.
Way hot.
Put it on, Steve. Yeah.
You are so way hot.
I have an official Gold Post Milestone Remembered gift certificate for Steve that officially makes him 40.
That's right, we did laminate.
We all have these little gadgets that dance around and say things. So I got him a little gerbil guy that's wearing a nice little 40-year-old t-shirt with a cane. He dances around for Steve, keep him entertained during the day.
Gerbil. Gerbil. Gerbil.
You have a rope for that?
Don't worry, Steve. It's your fault.
And for those days that Steve just doesn't feel like he can be 40 anymore, he can take the 39 again pill. And last but not least,
And I hope
Lisa, this might be more for you. For those nights that he has a little bit of a hard time, we got some calculators. Miniature just
sit outside of Steve's office, Nicole and I, and we hear way too many things, and we definitely can't say them out loud to any of you. So we're just here to give the toast and to wish Steve a happy 40th birthday, and
That's it?
we love you, man. I think you're really well-rounded.
I don't want
Does anybody else have anything they'd like to, any input? Steve?
That's too bad.
Anybody want to add anything?
Yeah, I was a little afraid they hear a lot.
Steve, would you like to come up to the mic and say a few words? Mark Laffey, please step to the mic.
Yeah, Larry. I want to go. I want to. Hey, can you see it on your chair?
Big pull, check, check, 1-1. Big pull, check, check. Wow. Fourth. Dude, you look bad. You look real bad. Man. No, I just want to tell one story about Steve. When I was up at Lancaster Host Hotels back in the day when Pennsylvania claimed, hey, can I get some attention over there? And I was sleeping the one night about midnight, and I was in such good shape. You know, I went to bed. I hadn't fought anyone because I was fighting before that. And I just, you know, my fighting days are done. I'm not fighting with customers. I'm not fighting against customers. I'm just going to be a good guy. So I went to bed about midnight at the PCA, Claims Association, and about 1 in the morning, I get awoken by Steve Mazewski in my ear, nibbling on my ear. And I had the tighty whities working, but that's not a big deal. How many guys wear tighty whities here? I like it. They work for me. But Steve had the idea to throw me in the pool at Lancaster Host in front of many people. And I tell you what, for him to get me out of that door, I did one of these, and he still got me out of the door, carried me down the hallway. Thank God I had one of our reps that was sensible yelling at him, Steve, he's a friend of yours, you can't do that to him. But he was grabbing my butt like you can't believe. So leave that to what you want. And he's the most amazing guy that I've ever known. And I've always told everyone that there's no one that markets like Steve Mazewski. He may grab your butt, but he likes it. Don't worry about it. That's it. Thank you, sir. I'm not very good at this, so I'm going to be real quick after all those stories. I've probably said this 15 times tonight, so it's not that funny anymore, but I've said over and over, I thought the next time I see this many people here to see me, you'd be peering in a box to see me. So pretty nice that I can get this many people out here. I don't think it's the alcohol, or it might be Laffey's ass. I don't know what it is. Thank you. I have to tell you, I was sincerely surprised walking in the door, and it's really interesting for me to see. I have people here that I grew up with that lived on the street for 30 years with me, current neighbors that are good friends, some of my best customers who are also become my friends over the years, and a great group of people I get to work with. So thank you all for coming, and I apologize for Laffey's ignorance. Thank you very much.
On behalf of Carolyn and the rest of the staff, thank you to everyone who came, especially the clients that came from out of town. We really appreciate it, and Steve really appreciates that too. So, thank you all. Yeah. Hold on one more thing.
Don't be mean about me.
No, I'm not going to be mean. I just wanted to say, for those of you who planned it, I'm not sure whether I love you or hate you. I'll tell you at the end of the night. Thank you.